Yup, I'm making another one of these videos again. It's been 9 months since the last Zelda Evolution video. Last time I covered the reptiles of the Zelda universe. Since then I've made a variety of different types of videos, however I finally feel like it's time to return to this presumed dead series and talk about another species of animal and how I assume they evolved in the Legend of Zelda series. The bird. Just like in our world, birds in the Legend of Zelda are annoying little sky rats that get on my nerves. So it'll be really fun talking about them throughout today's video. Also, if you're expecting a good reason for this video to exist, you will not find it. Just like the other videos, this is literally going to be one of the most pointless videos you'll ever watch in your life. The only thing this video will teach you is that I absolutely have to go outside more and touch some grass. Anyway, that's besides the point. Let's now go through the history of bird enemies and allies throughout this series and try to decipher where their placements will be on an evolutionary tree of Zelda birds. Starting at the top, we have what I believe to be the common ancestor of all the birds in the Legend of Zelda series, the Loftwing. Loftwings are extremely ancient and are said to have come from the goddess Hylia herself. It's safe to say that these are likely one of the first ever species to come into existence in the Zelda world. This is why I'm placing them so high up on the tree. It's extremely likely that they are the common ancestor of all birds in the Zelda series. Moving down the tree, to the far left, we have our first branch. I have dubbed this branch as the Crow branch. Situated at the top is the Guay. The Guay slightly resembles the crow. They are found in most of the 3D games. Even though their species is still around, I believe that there were two offshoots of the Guay, resulting in two similar species emerging, the crow and the Takuri. Both of these enemies appear in Minish Cap and are very similar in design. Both species end up evolving further, so we'll now have a look at their branches. The crow has two branches of evolution that split off and evolve from it. On the left branch we have the crow from the DS Zelda games. This crow obviously split off from the Minish Cap one within the adult timeline, as it's not seen anywhere else. Its beak stays the same and its body changes shape. It may have evolved in this way to better suit the changes the Great Seed brought. Moving back up to the Minish Cap crow, we have the right branch. This branch leads down to the Downfall timeline crow, which appears to have a wider beak and a wider body. It appears this crow likely evolved again into the Moby. Moving back up to the Guay and down the right branch to the Takuri from the Minish Cap, we have the species of animal that it eventually evolved into, the Takuri from Majora's Mask. If it wasn't for the name, I wouldn't have even considered that it would have been this closely related to the Minish Cap Takuri. Now that we have the crow tree done, we can move back up the tree, back to the Loftwing. The Loftwing has a few more branches that we will need to cover, so we're going to go through those now. The next branch along only consists of one species, the Hurok. The Hurok only appeared in Skyward Sword, and it looks very similar to the Loftwing. The next branch along is another that has one species, the Pengator. They're basically just violent penguins. The fourth Loftwing branch is slightly bigger. This branch leads to an unknown common ancestor to two species, the Halmarok King and the Kargarok. Both species are extremely similar to each other. This is why I believe that they are closely related. These two species likely evolved before Ocarina of Time, as the Halmarok King itself appears in two timelines. The Kargarok also appears in the child and adult timeline. The Halmarok King doesn't evolve any further, however I believe the Kargarok does. Kargarok shares many similarities with the vulture that is found in both the child and downfall timelines. Both have long reddish necks and have an extremely similar beak. They also have near identical talons. So in my opinion it's likely that the vulture evolved from the Kargarok. Moving back up to the Loftwing, we have the final branch. This branch will be the wackiest and the most out there of all the branches so far. Here we find the Uku, the worst thing ever created in the history of the human race. I absolutely despise it. Now it may seem very odd that I placed it here, however it's for a good reason. The Uku are said to be the species closest to the gods. We know that the Loftwings directly came from the goddess Hylia, making them themselves extremely close to the gods. Furthermore, the Uku live in a city in the sky, a place that likely has some connection to Skyloft, which was the previous home of the Loftwings. Due to their mystical nature, it's very likely that they have evolved from the Loftwing. Now, you may be wondering whether that's it for the tree. However, it's not. I believe that the Uku may have evolved into another species down on Earth. I believe those who stayed in the sky remained the Uku. However, those who travelled down became something truly more horrific. The most powerful being in all of fiction. A being that could even take Kirby down. The Cuckoo. The Cuckoo and the Uku both share many similarities. They are both small chicken-like creatures. They both provide anyone the ability to glide a short distance, and they both presumably hold ancient powers. The Uku hold the powers of the ancient civilization of the sky, and the Cuckoo hold the powers of replication, invincibility, and probably the power of the gods. Well, that's it for my evolutionary tree for the Zelda Avians. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it was very stupid, but of course it was very fun to make. Anyway, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and maybe leave a comment too, detailing your thoughts on the tree and whether I missed anything out. Thanks for watching, goodbye.